A friend of mine died a few years ago from melanoma. He rang me the day he got his diagnosis and told me he had been given 6 weeks to live, but he was feeling okay. He only just made the 6 weeks. He was happily married to Carol and had been for 30-odd years. The day Gene phoned me to let me know he was terminal, he was at his father's house, hadn't told Carol yet. Only 15 minutes before, whilst he was with his father, his older brother had phoned his father to let him know that he had brain cancer and had 2 months to live. Gene joked that it was a race between the two of them, to get to the end first. Gene was first. He decided to get his life in order for his wife and family. He came to work 2 days later to pack up his things and send his final farewell emails. It was his 56th birthday, so we decided to have a cake. He blew out the candles, and one of the girls got a bit flustered and excited and asked him what he wanted for his birthday. He said, very short books. He was a funny guy and well-liked. A week before he died, he rang from his bed to tell me that he was able to get an early payout from his superannuation and that he had paid the house off for his wife. He said he thought he would never live to see the day. He only just made it. On their 25th wedding anniversary some years before, Gene and his wife Carol were traveling in Europe. He had organized a surprise renewal of their vows, on the pretense they were just wandering around looking at historical sites. They dropped into a particular church in Venice, and when they walked in, with his family, the priest was waiting, much to the surprise of Carol. It was the church his parents had been married in over 50 years before, and Gene had organized this from Australia down to the T, without her knowledge, so they could renew their wedding vows. This was a great marriage. The most amazing thing he did for his wife, though, just before he died. He wrote a whole heap of post-it notes and hid them all around the house. He hid them in places that he knew she would not have the heart to shift, move, or clean for some time, such as his hobby room, clothes, shed, etc. The note said such things as, "Spend the money and enjoy yourself. Sell my car, you don't need it. Move on. I will love you, always." She was still finding them 9 months after his death, and they are now some of the most cherished things she has. I will always remember Gene as cool. He told me he had no regrets. He remained connected to her way after he passed. Gene was a cool guy, and his funeral was huge.